all hear me? Okay. Amrita is saying, yeah, we all can hear you. So, very, very good morning to everyone. We had asked you all on the platform what are the subjects and the topics that you would like to hear on and work on. And one of them was fear of failure. How many of you think you have fear of failure? If you just do that, I can't see because majority screens are black. Like just put it on the chat or just say that I have this. So Miloni and Amrita has raised the hand, which means you have, or you want to ask a question? You have. So Miloni and Amrita are saying they have fear of failure, right? Okay. Jaisal is also saying this. But I'd like to get over the illusion. Which means, Miloni, you believe that it's an illusion that you have a fear of failure, or you think failure is an illusion or the fear is the illusion? Which one is an illusion, Miloni? Fear or failure? I can't hear you. Miloni, can you tell me, is your fear an illusion or the failure is an illusion?
Both. I might have failed 10 years ago, but doesn't mean I'll fail the same today.
Say again.
I might have failed in a certain task 10, 20 years ago, but carrying on that same fear and being attached to that same story makes no sense because I'm different, more capable today.
So what makes you hold on to that fear when you understand that fear is also an illusion and failure is also an illusion? And can you explain how failure is an illusion?
Failure is an illusion because if I lost 2 years ago, it doesn't mean I'll lose again today. So not trying is the real failure. Missing out on the opportunity to prove to yourself and just know that you can is again a failure. So fear and failure are both illusions in my situation, especially if we're holding on to the past.
So if you understand it's an illusion, why are you still holding on to it? Why are you still holding on to it? Miloni, question is still directed to you. Why are you still holding on to your illusions?
Maybe it became a part of my identity and I started, identifying way too much with my stories rather than what and who I am today.
I got it. You understand everything. Then in this moment, what you did in the past does not matter to me. What happened in the past is over and completed. Even if you want to repeat it, you cannot repeat. Even if any one of you want to repeat your failures, you cannot repeat it. So why, after understanding in this moment, right now, are you holding on to it? Is my question to you.
Is it really fear of success?
Whether it is, if your fear of failure is an illusion, how is your fear of success a reality?
Maybe that's why I'm here to listen to you.
That is exactly why I asked you. Is your fear an illusion or a failure is an illusion? Which one do you think is an illusion? Fear. And if you said that, said that my failure is also an illusion and my fear is also an illusion. So why are you holding on to it in present and now? And then if you say, is it the fear of success? If fear itself is an illusion, whether it is fear of failure or fear of success, both are illusion. Now you answer me, why are you holding on to them?
Attachment.
You are so attached to your fears or you are attached to fear, failures and successes in life?
I think to the fact of not knowing, of being empty. When you hold on to something from the past, you're like, हाँ ये तो पता है मुझे, you know. But otherwise, it's like an absolute unknown area.
So she used a very important word, and that is what she said, being empty. At your core, what you feel, and at your core, what you are, who you are, will always demonstrate and show in your life, in every realities of life. Failure and success is your perception. How you think about a situation, your expectations about it, what you did, what you wanted that to unfold. People who are your role model and whom you believe that are very successful in life. Again, it's very relative because you will say they are successful in this one particular aspect of the life. A successful scientist may not be a very successful athlete for you, right? And may not be a successful cook or a successful family person for you. Successful surgeon for you. Like, how do you define success? Now, second question to you is, so now the first question, again, I'm repeating, were they successful in every aspect of life as per your definition? I'm not even saying as per their definition. Were all the people whom you see as a role model and you think they are successful and you're comparing yourself with them and saying that I couldn't achieve this much and so I'm a failure? Is that true? If it resonates, say yes. Is that making sense to you all? Are you with me? Are you all with me? Open up your screens, guys. Say yes. Yeah. Maya, you have raised the hand, so you have a question. She has not answered, so probably she doesn't have a question. Yeah. For me, access is if I have thought, it goes very fast. So if I have thought of doing something and if I am able to do it, if you are able to do certain things that you have thought about, then you think that is success. That's how you define success. Okay. Now, so the first point is people whom you think they were successful. So with the same definition of success as per Amrita Kaur, that for me, success is if I have thought of doing something and I'm able to do it. Is that really success for you, Amrita? Because you are being able to do it in a particular way. What are the results? What are the outcomes that you were expecting? Are they like you probably are able to do that? But outcome is not the same. What you were expecting. You were expecting that probably if I will do a job and you are able to do the job, but you are expecting to earn a particular amount and you are not able to earn that amount. Do you still consider yourself successful? Will your success story, when you got a job and you felt, oh, wow, I'm successful to get a job. And if you are not successful to get a promotion because somebody else said that for the same job, I'm getting paid 3 times than what you are getting paid. In your mind, is it still a success or it's a failure? Yes, Amrita, then it is a success or a failure. So probably your success story, the same incident shifts to a failure. And that was my first point. Success stories are always in our mind. I am successful in my mind. People appreciate and tell me you are a success for their comparison in their mind. If I'm ready to buy their story, then I'm buying their story. I'm a failure in my mind, my inability to do certain things in a particular way. The same story does not have any significance after a time. So what is the difference between success and failure? Can we all shift our mindset from feeling I'm a failure to feeling I'm a success? Can we all shift it? Miloni said there is an emptiness. She said both are an illusion. So people do come to us saying that I have a fear of failure. Majority does have a fear of success. It is taught in our DNA. how I experienced something before, I somehow choose to experience the same no matter what I consciously think about it. Cognitively, logically, intellectually, I understand. But genetically, what I have stored in my DNA, in my genes, how I react, how I think in that particular situation is already an imprint within me. And that imprint requires to shift. And how does that shift? If I'll give you a mantra, which is a very simple mantra, a one-line thing, which shifts from failure to success, is only one thing. Everything has happened in your life, whether you define that as a failure or a success, is simply an experience, nothing else. All the successful people in the world have gone through their downfalls. They have also experienced failures, what you define as failures. You will not be able to find one person in the entire universe whom you can show and say that that person never failed in life. They also experienced it. What is the difference between them and another person who says that for years I have failed? The only difference, this person bounced back immediately because we do not see the failure as a failure. If they have chosen to learn from that failure, they allow that failure to be a milestone for their success. Is that making sense to everyone? It is my experience. If I learned how to be a better version of myself from what did not work for me the first time, probably second time, third time, fourth time, 100th time, 101st time, I'm a better version of myself. And I changed the entire story to a success story. So whatever did not work for you, first thing, stop labeling that as a failure. It did not work. Have an introspection and understand what was your learning. Forget the logistics about it. And probably the market was not in my favor. This was not in my favor. Can anyone tell me, because everyone experienced 2008, what happened? A lot of people came and said that during the COVID, things suddenly shifted, and that was the reason of our failure. Our business was in this. So what could have helped you? What did you learn from it? What did you learn? If you are putting government policies changed, my family did not support me, my spouse was not understanding me, people whom I have given money, they did not give it back to me. If you are attributing your failure to certain reasons, have you ever sat down and taken the time out to understand what did you learn out of that situation, and are you following it through? Probably you understood it at that point of time and you did not. I'll just give you a story. Like in US, there were two people running a restaurant. Now suddenly the rules were you have to shut it down. The one person was constantly cribbing and saying that because of the COVID, I lost everything. My business is gone. Like there is nothing. Now it is such a long time. It's an unknown zone. And I failed miserably. Well, what are the outcomes? The income has stopped. He's feeling miserable about it. There is a time where he thinks I will have to sell my properties to even run my house. Depression, the entire environment in the house. Obviously, it impacts your relationships, your health. And you are thinking, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. The other person having the same business of running a restaurant reevaluate the situation and said, what are the things I cannot do and what are the things I cannot do? Life is always an opportunity given to me. Remember, what did I tell you last time? Life is happening for us. Life is not happening to us. Life is happening for us. It's an opportunity given to us. It is dependent on how I grab the opportunity and thought about the new ideas, the food services that they can start. They can supply the chain. They can give the same food to people because I have a resource. I already have a place. I already have people who are trained. Probably I can give them a place. They can stay here. I already have this service A, B, C. These are my resources. And made the maximum profit what he had not earned for years. Probably that 10 years of earning he could do in 1 year. Same business, same resources, same opportunities. What was the difference? The mindset. So guys, what you considered your failure and success, there is only one missing link between the two. Only one missing link between failure and success is choose to learn from your failures. Incorporate those changes is the step 2. I learn everything and I do nothing about it. Without my action, nothing changes. I learned it for the first time. And what did I do about it? Nothing. So the minute I incorporate those changes and I'm being mindful about it, I'm remembering it every time. Probably you journal it down, write it down, put it there. When you go in the bathroom, it's there on the mirror. Write it down. I'm not even asking you to write down your affirmations. Write down, this is one change. Take out that time every day, 10 minutes before you go to sleep, early morning, the first thing in the morning. What did I learn from this? What could I have done? I had attended one very powerful workshop, and this lady was making us walk on the fire, make us walk on the broken glasses. I have walked in the fire. The iron rod I would have kept here, the 20 feet, what we use in construction. Without using my hand, we will just walk and it will bend. Obviously, breaking the wooden thing that I have done 2-3 times. And then I attended one of a corporate workshop and I asked her this question. I said, you taught every, the planning that people do, like the minute planning for a successful business, and everything is being taken care of. But what about the things where it just changes? You have planned everything, and as you said, the COVID happened or the government policies changed, and people attribute things didn't work in their favor because of that. She didn't answer me. I again questioned. She didn't answer me. So in the lunch break, I met her in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom and she was also there. And she just said one thing to me, Sangeeta, I actually don't have answer for it. And that is one thing where I know I'm not able to help people. And I told her in that moment, probably I do not know the exact counting that you showed people how you can do and you can plan things in advance. But I know I have that intuition which tells me exactly what to do and what not to do. And I said the answer to it is there is an inner being which is much more powerful than any of this, which tells you in that moment, like you have already booked your tickets in a flight for vacation, and the last moment you say, I don't want to sit in this flight. Logically doesn't make sense to you. And that is your intuition. And knowing the difference in what my intuition is telling me and what my fears are telling me. There is a difference. One is fear driven and one is driven by your inner power. The power that is yours, if you have chosen to learn how to connect to that power. And that power will guide you in every aspect of your life. Because success and failure is not just in job, when you are earning money, how much money you are making. Majority time people have defined success through how much money they are earning. And once the money is earned, how much name, fame, recognition, how much appreciation they got, how many awards they have received. What did people speak about them? If that is your success, what are your relationships? When you're really unwell, how many people do you actually have which in their heart think good about you, who are there for you? Success and failure is very different for different people. Probably all the ascended masters, whether it is Buddha or whether it is Mahavira, when they were sitting in the meditation, were they defining success through your parameters, or the success was very different for them? Is your success of soul is same as success of your current role that you are playing? So your success is very different, but I will say something. There is nothing as failure. And the same thing is true for success. Both are an illusion to satisfy our ego, to satisfy our ego self. One takes failure and chooses that as a milestone to move forward and decides that if I failed here, I will make sure that I move here. And I will turn the table around and I will make sure what I do. Knowing and realizing very well that when I achieve it, I'm very happy. Somebody have become Miss India and you're very happy. Like, I am the beauty. I am Miss India. But every day wearing that crown and going in the public appearance and like, yes, this is what I'll do. And afterwards, that crown, at some point, if I have to wear that 365 days, the crown of that responsibility, probably, it's not giving me joy anymore. So both are an illusion. The reality is, if I choose to learn from every experience, then life is a series of successes. And that success probably I define as wherein everything that I do is not being measured from what I have achieved and not being measured from the final outcome, but the entire journey of achieving that as well, where I'm joyful and I'm achieving it at that point of time. Every day when I'm doing the task, I am in a very high energy field. I'm enjoying every moment of it. And I'm really enjoying the work that I'm doing. I'm enjoying the relationships. I'm enjoying every aspect of it. Then in reality, I am a success. Because then I wake up in the morning and I'm excited about what's going to happen, irrespective of how it will happen. Yeah, we all are human and there will be a thought. There will be a question. Will I be able to do that? Will this happen? This is where I'm going. Do dream. Have your big dreams. Dare to dream. Learn to excel. But it's very important to constantly, when re-look at what is it that I'm dreaming, is it of the same significance in my life now? In the opposite situation, am I fine or I'm not? And if not, what are the qualities I require to develop? What are the virtues? Because only one thing will define you and your life. And that one thing is how much time have you spent in developing your inner qualities and your virtues. Because whatever you do, you will do it from your inner qualities and virtues. And that is my real asset. If we talk about Gandhi or we speak about, anyone whom you consider as an achiever, the real quality that they actually have were their inner qualities, the virtues that they possess. They chose to operate from those virtues. And in that moment in life, whether you are a big entrepreneur, whether you are a housewife, whether you are a doctor, whether you are a lawyer, whether you're in any field, that missing link, the thing that you require to develop is your inner virtues. And you will have certain inner virtues, which is your inborn capability, which is your strength. But there are certain of them which you probably require to develop. Your soul is down on the earth only for one thing, to develop those virtues, the inner qualities, my inner strength. And my inner strength will change the outcome and the results. There are multiple reasons why we are missing on certain inner strengths, why there are certain inner strengths which are there. There are times, like if you think that, if my ancestors, this is my upbringing, I always saw that they were fearful, they couldn't communicate well. Your honesty, your integrity, how well you can communicate, your truth. Are you a hardworking person? Are you very patient? Like there are 45 virtues. Your patience is one of your perseverance. Are you a good listener? Are you being able to listen to someone? I'm not saying, are you hearing someone? Are you coming out of your defenses? So there are multiple of virtues, and multiple of virtues will have multiple of actions that we require to show, to know that I'm actually operating from this virtue. How tolerate you are, like, can you tolerate things? So there are many skill sets that we have, and these skill sets will define, friends, our fear, our failure or success. That will define the life script that you are writing for yourself, not only in this lifetime, but many multiple lifetimes. I'm talking about multiple lifetimes because Maya has put a point on the chat. To be patient and accept the situation and to be positive. And she's written that are our fears from past life also. Yes, Maya, our fears are from the past life also. And they are very strong fears from the past life, because the past life fears is not just from one lifetime, they are from multiple lifetimes. When I say multiple lifetimes, what I mean is a pattern that we created, choosing to remain in that fear. And that's why my first question to Melanie was that if you understand everything, what keeps you away from changing? And probably while answering, Melanie still didn't understand, but Melanie, you actually gave the answer that it comes from a place of emptiness. If your soul is feeling empty, you are not being able to bring the shift. It's a pattern of lifetimes that we all create. And we are the only one who can break that pattern with the help of the virtues that we choose to develop. And with the help of the virtues that we have within ourselves, identify our own strengths, choosing to operate with the same, but identify our own weaknesses as well. Acknowledge them, but do not dwell on them. You can change them by developing one of them, each one of them. And that's exactly what I spoke about even last time. This is what Cesta is coming for the birthday year, helping you to develop those virtues with action. Like, what are the actions that we do? How do we do that? And developing those inner qualities, because your life is all about the inner qualities that you possess and how you utilize them for your everyday actions. And that will define your joy and happy state. Nothing else will define it. So guys, let's do the downloads. Anyone has any questions here? Anything that is not making sense to you, anything that you have not understood, anything that you need more clarity on? Is there anyone who has any question? Then raise your hand. If you don't have any question, yes, Maya, please unmute. And please open your screen as well. Maya, you have a question? You have raised your hand.
Yeah, Sangeeta, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I would like to ask one question. As you said, these are the patterns which we are not coming out of. But how do you become aware of that patterns, and how can you help to come out of it? Or
People spend lifetimes to identify patterns. Whatever Rishi Munis were doing in the state of meditation was exactly the same thing, because when they were getting into an observer mode, because when I'm out from the situation, then I can actually look at the situation clearly. Only when I can look at the situation without any bias, then I can identify what happened there. Why did it happen? What was the learning? And how things can change, right? And these are the patterns I have created, I have invested, not just the one lifetime, lifetimes. Probably 5,000 years before, also, you were living the same pattern. What I realized and understood was that the things that I chose to learn, it wasn't that before I entered in this school of like understanding subconscious mind, probably through my learning of hypnosis or inner child therapy, theta healing, past life regression, like the process of journey, like multiple of them. Each one taught me only one thing: how to identify the patterns. And that's why like Cesta runs those courses. And we have mix of them. We are not running just the theta healing school. We are teaching you like all the different tools. And that is what in last 20 years, like I realized that, that became my strength to identify people's pattern from a distance also. If like I have met someone, because there are like intellectually, intuitively, there are many factors which works hand in hand together to be able to identify. And like once I identify patterns, I require to understand how to shift it. That is the real strength and the kick. Is what do I do if I have a CT scan and an MRI and I do nothing about it? So like, immediately to change it. That's why in our every talk, like we give you a question, which I'm actually, you guys think I open up my talk with a question. But that question is actually shifting something within you. Because it is not only introspection, it is the resolution which is also involved in that. And even like little bit, we are shifting it there. But it is actually like stored there. So my like that requires either for you years of meditation or join Cesta courses and learn it, where we show you how quickly we can identify patterns and we can change that. We can change our limiting beliefs, we can change our genetic patterns, we can change what is written in our DNA, we can change our body chemistry, because your body chemistry is also making you stay in the same loop. And like, it can go to the level of like, even lifetimes. What are the imprints in your soul which are written there? What did your soul experience there? What happened when you were an ascended master? Why did you choose then entire lifetimes of suffering? Because suffering is a choice, it's not your destiny. So why did you choose that, and how to change that? So that is my answer towards it.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Maya. So we don't end any session without a download. So let us do the theta downloads for the same. And guys, understand one thing: few downloads don't change it. It opens up. It opens you up, but then you require to work towards it. As many people think that, oh, I have been attending it regularly, and how can I have a problem in my life anymore? Every week you are simply understanding a concept, something new. And the few downloads we go to your master cell, to your pineal gland, and the cell which has shut it. And we are opening it for what was not working for you and giving you an opening for that. but it is still your life journey, your mindfulness, your efforts, your virtues, which will define your lives. You require to take efforts for that. And so let me just channelize the downloads for everyone. So do I have the permission to download and instill the feelings into everyone now that I understand the term failure and success through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is? I know how to liberate myself from being stuck in the cycle and the fear of failure and success. I know how to open up the chains that I have caged myself life after life and through lifetimes, only defining my life stories by the yardstick of success or failure. I allow myself to connect to my divine self. I allow myself to connect to the divinity within me, the wisdom that my soul has acquired through multiple lifetimes. I allow that wisdom to be connected to my present state of being and my intellectual self, my intuitive self. I allow, in collaboration with my intuition, my intellect, and my higher consciousness and my wisdom self, to choose to operate in synchronicity and to guide me at every step in my life. I know how to listen to this guidance and how to put it into action through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know it is safe, it is possible. I'm deserving to live in alignment with my real self, my divine self of who I am, what I am, and how I am. I choose to operate all the different activities, different roles that I have chosen in this particular lifetime, tapping into my divine timing, being connected with my spirit guides and my angel guides, allowing myself to operate with the higher consciousness and shifting the consciousness within me and within my higher self into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four level of your belief work, for each one's highest and best, in the highest and best possible way for each one. Understanding and allowing the shift from the understanding to the knowingness of living the daily life with joy and happiness. For each one in the language that your mind understands, into you, into your higher self, from all the different lifetimes that you may have chosen to live, the different tree of life that you created at the level of your soul, these feelings be instilled into everyone now for each one's highest and best, without creating any more dramas and without creating any healing crisis, allowing each one to live joyously and happily. Say yes to receive all the feelings now, Creator of all that is. It is commanded to instill all these feelings and the people who are present on the group right now for all that they are, in all the 7 koshas of them, for all of their being, and for people who will listen to this download later while watching this video, for each one of them, these feelings be instilled for their each one's highest and best, for their highest and best now. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Please say your yes to receive the downloads. So would you all like to know what it feels like to align your energies and all the major energy centers in the body, including 7 chakras, with the Mother Earth and your Heavenly Father now, and to be in the alignment? Just say yes to bring in this alignment into your life. You have the permission to pass unconditional love, light, and healing to everyone, and let everyone connect to the light within and allow themselves to operate from the same. Just say yes. You all can open your eyes. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And as a soul family, a journey of progressing together that we all continue with. You all have a fantastic week. We will see you next Thursday again. Thank you and good.